Hi, everyone. I'm Ronnie,
And I'm Jessica,
and you're listening to Clean With Me.
the podcast where we walk you through cleaning your house. Hey everybody, Jessica here, and today I want to do a whole house straighten and getting back on track. So I want to talk about getting back on track, and we're going to walk you through straightening your whole house and just kind of the first step in doing a whole house overhaul after maybe you've been super busy for a few days or you've gotten really behind. I just want to talk about getting back into a good cleaning mindset and a jumping off board for a clean house. So let's get right into it. First things first, I want you guys to get ready for the day, get in a cleaning mode. Even when we're just doing straightens, it's important that we are in a cleaning mode and we are in the mood to clean. And let's face it, it takes a little bit of work to get in that cleaning mode. So I like to do the same kind of things, very repetitive. That way it kind of tricks my brain into thinking that I'm ready to clean. So I like lighting the same kind of candles, opening windows. The trick is habit forming, and if you do the same thing for a month or two, you definitely form that habit. And if you do the same things before every cleaning session, it'll motivate you to clean because it's kind of telling your brain, I'm ready to clean, I'm setting out to clean, and that's what I'm going to do. So I want you guys to go to the laundry room first and foremost, and let's go ahead and start a load of laundry. And I got super behind on my laundry. I'll tell you the real reason, and this is really personal and kind of gross. So the place where I live I live kind of on a ranch, and there's a lot of bugs. Okay, so they recently sprayed for these crickets, and if you live in Texas, you know that crickets are really bad this time of year, and they're super out of control. Like, I went to Target the other day by my house. And they had sprayed for crickets, I guess, and there was just like thousands of crickets all over the front of the Target. And my house isn't quite that bad because we don't have dead ones. They apparently sprayed the outside of our building on the ranch. The ranch hands or whatever sprayed for bugs because we have spiders and crickets. I've mentioned the spiders before, and I'm deathly afraid of spiders, so this is not the place for me. We are looking to move. But anyway, the crickets are trying to escape, I guess. I didn't know they had sprayed. I just figured like we have some kind of breach in our house because the crickets have been unreal. If you leave a wet towel on the floor, apparently they like moisture. I'll lift it up and there's a cricket underneath. Like, it is terrifying. I hate crickets. I hate spiders more, but I hate crickets. My daughter doesn't mind them, my 5-year-old. So she's been picking them up and putting them outside for me because she doesn't want me to kill them. And we've been doing that like all the time now. And to be honest, I don't like doing my laundry because the last couple of days because there'll be a cricket or two in my dirty laundry because they like moisture. And I know that's super gross, so I'm getting really personal, guys, but if you live in Texas, you understand that crickets are taking over here. I don't know what it is. And I guess it skips a year because I remember when we first moved here a long time ago when I was 13, it was like that. And we had stayed in this hotel and there was crickets all on the outside. And my mom and I were like, is this what Texas is like? This is terrifying. And, it'll skip a couple years and then you'll see like an army of crickets again. It's terrible. So anyway, I've gotten super behind on my laundry and just be doing a load of laundry while I talk, move the clothes from the dryer to a laundry basket and from the washer to the dryer. And yeah, so I've been scared to get my clothes because sometimes I'll keep my dirty laundry basket next to my washer and dryer, which is outside in like the warehouse or whatever. And it's kind of like a garage type area, and there's tons of crickets in there. So I left it out there for a day while I was doing laundry, and there's crickets in there now. So I'm scared to like dig into my dirty laundry basket and put the clothes in the washer because I'm scared a cricket's gonna jump out at me. And I know that's a really stupid excuse, but I toughed it out yesterday, and I was like, okay, I'm getting so behind. My kids are running out of stuff to wear. I'm running out of stuff to wear. When I'm running out of stuff to wear, you know that you're behind on laundry because I have a lot of clothes. So even after getting rid of stuff recently, I still have way too many clothes. I'm terrible at getting rid of things. So I just shook everything that I took out of the laundry basket because I was so scared, and I did a load because I'm like, this can't wait any longer. And it wasn't as bad as I thought. There was a cricket inside, but I got through it. Anyway, if you guys have any remedies for crickets, spiders, any of the besides just poison, because we've tried that. Somebody said sticky tape. That's just kind of gross because then you have to clean the sticky tape, but I read that online, so I think I'm going to try it because I'm willing to try anything at this point. But that's not the only reason I got behind on my housework. I also just had a couple mental health days, and you may be thinking, Jessica, you can't have mental health days with cleaning, but you have to have a break from everything. And now I still did some maintenance cleaning. I didn't let my house get totally out. Now, some of you may disagree. If you saw some of you may look at my house right now and be like, okay, yeah, you did nothing, ma'am. But I did do some maintenance cleaning. You guys should be done with doing the laundry now, so let's go ahead and go into the kitchen area and just start throwing everything that should not be there away in the kitchen and the dining room area. If you have a lot of trash and a lot of food that needs to get thrown away, I would take a trash bag with you and just walk around with it and throw stuff away. I don't have a garbage disposal, so all of my stuff like that goes in the trash. All of my food from my pots and pans and stuff, leftovers. So sometimes I'll just walk around with a trash bag. That way I'm not running back and forth if I know there's a lot of trash. Yeah, so after throwing everything away, just get started on that pre-rinse of your dishes. I want you to get everything out of your sink and just start pre-rinsing and getting all of the major food and grime. I have a soap dispensing sponge with, like, you could put the soap in the handle. That's my favorite thing to use. And I just do a really thorough pre-rinse with that soap dispensing sponge, and I get everything off. I do have a dishwasher, and it's an energy-saving, water-saving one. So definitely not super strong of a dishwasher, but that's okay because I mainly use it to sanitize. And I get I pretty much wash the dish, everything except rinsing, and then I put it back into the sink once it's done being rinsed off, and then I'll put the rinsed off things into the washer. And if you do not have a dishwasher, you would just do that, except add the step of rinsing and putting it in the drying rack or on a towel to dry. So just go ahead and be working on that while I talk. And I'm going to talk on how I got into the predicament of being really behind on my house and what I did to come out of it. So yeah, I took a couple mental health days, and it wasn't like intentional, like, oh, I'm not going to clean for a couple days to clear my head. Obviously, I just woke up and was like, I am not feeling it today. And that lasted for a few days. And it was mainly because my kids were really tearing up the house bad. And so I would clean up the mess that they made. And also, that was due to me being a lazy parent, I'll be honest with you. I was kind of just letting them do whatever, and then I was just cleaning up after them. But that took so much out of me, especially after work and everything. I was just like, okay, after I clean their mess, I don't feel like doing my other chores to keep up on my house. So the rest of the house kind of suffered. And I just, I knew mentally that I was making more work for myself, and that I was going to have to do a cleaning marathon to come out of this a couple days later. I knew that my house was going to get out of hand, and I consciously took the time off, relaxed, only did cleaning up after major messes after my kids, and I just kind of let the house go for a few days. Didn't do laundry, didn't do anything. And sure, I knew that I was going to have to clean a lot once my days not cleaning were over, and I knew that I was going to have a big mess on my hands, but sometimes we just can't do it for whatever reason. Maybe you're super busy at work. Maybe you just are super overwhelmed. Your family is just having a couple of difficult days. Kids will be kids. Sometimes they are super messy and it's super overwhelming. And you just need to step back and just be like, I'm just going to maintenance clean after them, and I'm just going to let the rest go. But we all have to clean eventually, right? So even if you take a couple days, or you're just super busy at work for a few days, we have to come to the point where you realize, okay, I need to catch up now. I need to do some serious overhauling of this house, because I know I've been on the topic of cleaning for ourselves for a while, but that really is the main reason why we should be cleaning. And after a couple days, yes, it was nice to take a break, but so just be chugging along on those dishes and while I talk. But we talked about why we may have gotten behind or taken some mental health days off. Now let's talk about how to get the motivation to kickstart the cleaning overhaul and get back into it. So biggest thing you got to do is just get up. Just start. And that's what I'm here for. I'm to help with that part, the starting part, because that's the difficult part. And you could just stare at your house and get overwhelmed all day, right? But you just got to force yourself to get up and listen to a podcast and just do what I say or my mom says, and just step by step, inch towards that cleaner house. And if you don't know where to start, and even with the podcast, you're just like, this is too overwhelming. You don't know my house. You're not looking at my house. It's terrible right now. I just don't know what to do. Start by picking up trash. That's how we started the kitchen today. And honestly, that is a great jumping off point, is just picking up trash, because it gets a lot of stuff out of the way and clears the area so that you can focus on wiping down and focus on putting away stuff. So just really get in there and just start throwing away trash. Second step to getting going and getting started, again, the idea is making your house as clean as you can, as fast as you can, and that's just to motivate you to start doing the deeper cleaning stuff, like the dishes and floors and stuff. So once you've cleared every place of trash, you guys want to really get into putting stuff away. And then, so how you do that is just anything out of place in the kitchen counters, anything out of place in the dining room. Say you just set some miscellaneous junk or mail on the dining room table, pick it up and start putting it away. And just start with an area in your kitchen or dining room, and then work your way around until it's completely done. Don't forget to check your refrigerator and throw anything out, or any leftovers out that might be there, making a mess, making smells that we don't want there, stuff like that. So just be mindful of that. That's a good jumping off point. You guys should be nearing the end of your dishes. If you're not, no worries. You can pause, rewind, or restart, whatever you're comfortable doing. But I'm going to move ahead to, like we were talking about right now, I'm going to move ahead to putting things away. So if you are already on that step, good for you. Just start putting all the stuff away. If you're on dishes, no worries. I definitely had a disaster on my hands after I took a couple days off. So definitely just be chugging along on that. Just, you know your house. If you see, just go countertop to countertop. I start with my island to get everything off there, fix my little knickknacks, then I move on to the countertops and get any miscellaneous junk off of there. If I'm opening drawers, I'm putting stuff away and I'm realizing, hey, this drawer is getting out of hand. I noticed that my kids were putting miscellaneous stuff in my drawers and in cabinets, and I was like, why are you guys doing that? And she was trying to make a treasure hunt, so she was putting like random toys in my cabinets and drawers. So instead of getting overwhelmed, I just went to the cabinet and just started putting away things cabinet by cabinet. I was letting them play quietly, and they were playing store, they said, and I didn't realize that's what they were doing until it was too late and a lot of stuff was already in the cabinet. So I just started putting stuff away. I tried not to get overwhelmed. I tried not to get angry, because getting angry doesn't change the mess. Getting frustrated with my kids doesn't change the mess that they had already made. Now I can get them to help me and to relieve me of some of the stuff, and definitely if they made the mess, they should help, but I try not to get angry and yell at them, because it doesn't change anything, and I try not to make yelling part of their punishment. It's something I'm working on as a parent, and those of you that are parents probably can relate to this. Nobody's perfect. We all have our faults. We all have our things that we struggle with. In mine, I try really hard not to yell at my kids, but I fail. Everyone fails, and I have those days where I just get super overwhelmed and I'm trying to keep the house clean and they just make a complete disaster. And if they got me at the wrong time when they were doing their little treasure hunt thing, I would get really upset, but they didn't do it maliciously. They weren't trying to make my life hard. They were just trying to play. And she was trying to include me in the playing, and she told me, I made a treasure hunt for you. And so I just got down on their level and I explained to them, now, I understand you're trying to have fun and I appreciate you trying to include me, but next time let's not do it this way, because this makes a lot of work for mommy, and let's go ahead and start putting our toys away. And she didn't scream. She didn't throw a fit. She accepted it because I got down on her level. I wasn't mean. I wasn't yelling. And a lot of times, like, we create more work for ourselves with cleaning. We create more work for ourselves parenting as well. And when I yell at my kids or react poorly, they react poorly back to me. And I realize, like, I created this headache. I created this mess of them screaming at me and throwing a tantrum and being really upset because I upset them by yelling, and now I'm going to have to work on calming them down and getting them to chill out, because I just created this big whole thing mountain out of a molehill, if you will. So once you're done putting everything away, I want you guys to go wipe down crazy and just quickly wipe down all the surfaces of your kitchen. Just as thorough as you can. Get anywhere and everywhere. Get the microwave. My microwave is higher than the rest of my kitchen. I haven't been mentioning it as much because there's a fuse that's blown out in my microwave, so I haven't really been using it. But if you have a microwave, if you have that little glass dish that needs to be removed and wiped down, go ahead and do that at this time. And then wipe down the inside of it, and just wipe down the countertop below it, all of around the kitchen sink, behind the kitchen sink. Sometimes when we're doing dishes, little bits of food and stuff gets behind the kitchen sink, so take care of that right now. And then just anywhere you see that needs a wipe down, and even if it doesn't look bad, just go ahead and give it a wipe down anyway. Just all surfaces wipe down quickly, especially the surfaces of your cabinets, the surfaces of your refrigerator, things like that. need to be wiped down pretty regularly. A lot of people are touching those areas quite often, and we just need to give them a good wipe down. Get all the little prints off. Like your light switches need to be disinfected and wiped down. Whether you have a disinfecting spray or disinfecting wipes, it's good to wipe down those areas often. And once you're done with that, if you need to spot sweep or take out your trash, I have a lot of trash in my house, so I often have to take out the trash, and instead of putting it in front of my house as I often do, and then I say I'm going to do it later, and then I forget and put it off a day, I try when I'm taking out the trash to take it directly to the dumpster so that I'm not doing that, because I have like a garage area right outside of my house, and I have been known to set my trash bag there. And again, creating more work for myself. We're cleaning for ourselves. We're trying not to create more work for ourselves. This is specific to me, but maybe you guys can relate. And then the neighborhood cats come and get into it and rip the bag open if I leave it there overnight. And that's creating a lot more work for me. Then I have to pick up a bunch of trash and put it in a new trash bag, and it's a whole thing. So instead of that, I can just spend the extra 2 minutes walking it to the dumpster, and that solves that problem, right? And it seems like a really small thing, but when you're just not feeling it and you're like, oh, I'm already cleaning, I don't want to do all that right now. And then it seems easy to just set it down, but I'm creating a lot more work in the long run. So I'm mindful of that when I'm cleaning now, and I definitely don't do that anymore. So we're going to move on to the living area, outer areas, your entryway and whatnot. And I want you guys to go ahead and go in your entryway and just pretend you're a guest. Pretend you're the one person that you really don't want to be caught with a dirty house by, whoever that may be, and stand in your doorway and think, what is the main area that looks terrible right now? What's keeping this house from looking nice? Say there's a bunch of junk just in your floor, or your tables are full of just miscellaneous stuff. That's what I would tackle first, guys. Tackle whatever is glaring right in front of you. And this does two things. This clears the area really quickly and gets just the random stuff out of the way, and it also will encourage you because you're getting a large majority of the mess, the part that just looks the worst, out of the way. And it looks like you're making a lot of progress, and that just encourages you to do more of the deep cleaning stuff. So just quickly pick up all around you, get all that stuff, miscellaneous stuff, put away where it goes, whether it be toys, whether it be just miscellaneous stuff. I mentioned at my mom's house, they have like a gaming station in their living area by the TV, and they had a bunch of cords and stuff that were out when they were about to have a party, so I had the kids go and wrap up those cords. And it was a small thing. It only took a couple seconds, but it really made the area look so much better. And it was a big difference when I was done. When they were done just wrapping up those cords. Just little things like that. Whatever is out, clean it up. Anything that's out of place, clean it up. And then once you're done picking up your outer areas, I want you to move to your couch, because your couch is a focal point of the room. And if your cushions need wiping down, you could do that at this time. If they are cloth and you need to do a quick spot vacuum, I love my hand vacuum. I live with that thing in my hand. It's really easy when I'm sweeping the floor. The stuff that the dustpan doesn't get, I get it with the vacuum. Underneath my cushions of my couch, get it with the vacuum. In the cracks of my couch, get it with the vacuum. I just get all my nooks and crannies of my house with the vacuum. So it's really good to have. I would, if not, just use the attachment of your big vacuum and get that taken care of. And then just make your cushions look really nice. And that does a lot for me when it comes to cleaning. Just fixing up my cushions and my throw blankets. And if they need wiping down or tending to, I do that. But it just makes a big difference when you fix up your couch, because it is, a focal point of your room. So if you see any glaring issues in your outer areas, go ahead and tend to that at this time. But I'm going to go ahead and we're going to do our vacuuming and stuff at the end of the episode. So I'm going to go ahead and move on to your guest bathroom at this time. And first things first, you want to throw away all the trash. So any trash that's in your bathroom, go ahead and throw it away. You might not have too much. And then next thing I want you guys to do is change out the trash can, put a new liner in there. And then third thing I want you guys to do is just put stuff away. So any dirty clothes, go ahead and put that in the hamper. Any miscellaneous stuff on your countertops, I want you guys to put that away. And make sure they're put away where they go and organized. Don't just stuff stuff in drawers. And then once you have everything put up and out of the way, just go wipe down crazy. And this isn't a deep clean of the bathroom. This is a straighten. So start with the mirrors and then move your way down to the sink and faucet area, your countertops, and then end on the toilet and just get it wiped down. Now, if the inside of your toilet's dirty or you've got some stains in there, I have hard water, so a lot of times I'll get those stains on my toilet from the hard water. So I have to bleach it quite often. So while you're doing the rest of your cleaning, maybe just put some toilet bowl cleaning bleach and bleach your toilet bowl while you're doing the rest. Let the bleach do its work. Let it sit there. And then while you're doing your wiping down of your bathroom, maybe your bathtub has a bunch of toys in it that need to go in the toy box. Just little stuff like that. Just straighten it up, make it guest ready, and make sure that hand towels put up, anything like that. And then come back to the toilet at the end and scrub it out, and it'll only take a second. So thank you guys so much for cleaning the outer areas with me. If you still are in a cleaning mode and you want to deep clean, I want you guys to go check out our other episodes. And thank you so much for cleaning with me. I hope you got a lot done today. I hope you got back on track and you're back into a mode of keeping your house clean and maintaining. But it's okay. If you get anything from this episode, it's that it's okay to get behind. And all we have to do is just make that step to get back on track. So thank you guys. And as always, happy cleaning.